Yes, once again, my name is Lynn Gugi. It's an honor to be here. I think everyone has spoken about being a writer. Sikujua Pasi ameandika vitabu 3. And guys, when even the first time you hear the name Achieng Opiyo, it's not a coincidence. You know this is going to be such a great name, you know. You just know, God, this is going to be another one. This is in the leagues of Maya Angelou. We will have Achieng Opiyo. We have Ben Carson. Debbie akisema Ben Carson, akisema John Kiriamiti. I think most of us have read those books, indeed. But I'm not going to speak from the concept of a writer. I'm going to speak from the concept of a failed writer. And like Achieng and Pasi and Debbie and Hadasi, yes. And like them, me, I'm a failed writer. Ushaona penye unajichocha unaweka karatasi yako unaanza kuandika. At 16 I was writing my first book, having highly been inspired by Martin Luther King when he wrote his letter from Birmingham jail. And we used to live in Kuruma back those days. So in school, that's where you would find, So in school, you can hear me? Yeah. So in school, that's where we would find the comfort, and our comfort were books. Because you have to weigh between slum and school, and I had an incredible teacher that I remember up to date, and his name is Mr. Nandoha. So when I was in around Form 3, thereabout, he used to read a lot. So he gave me few books. Book number 1, Gifted Hands by Ben Carson, Letter from Birmingham Jail by Martin Luther King. I had read John Kiriamiti's. Unfortunately, I was not intrigued by that kind of concept. But the first time I held Martin Luther King's book, so when Pasi was saying Nelson Mandela was writing from prison, Martin Luther King was also writing from prison. And he had written this amazing letter from Birmingham jail. And then I got hold of Ben Carson's Gifted Hands. Books have a way. They make you think you're in Hollywood, you know. You are there in the slums, hapo umejificha, umepanda huko kwa gorofa huko juu, mamako amekutafuta, you're just with your book. And you have Ben Carson telling you how stupid he was, how naive he was, how foolish he was even in class, how like his brain couldn't capture things real quick, right? And you are starting to read this book from here, and by the time you are finishing that book, the author is telling you, it can be done. I have done it. You can move from here to. So when Pasi was saying, when you are an author, you become immortal. Achieng Opiyo, you are immortal right now. I have never met Ben Carson, but I know the works of Ben Carson. No one here has even met Martin Luther King, but we know the works of Martin Luther King. So may our children get to know about your work. Achieng has to be the most consistent person I know. She stood on my face and she said, you are coming to my event. Today, I was not even supposed to be in this country. It's like God moved everything to make sure I'm standing right here. Whatever prayers this girl says, I honestly have no idea. When she sent me her soft copy and I started reading the book, I cannot tell you guys what the book is about because I want you guys to get a book. But Pasi has said, it personally took me 3 days to go through the soft copy. And what resonated me with it is, number 1, she's telling stories of people I have sat and they have told me their life story. So I was looking at her and I'm like, how can this girl imagine things that are happening to people in real life, not one person? Her book is a collection of like 20 stories I've listened to before. and I was like, this is such an incredible gift. And you will cry when you are reading the book because it starts so nicely. We all want to get married and we all want to marry. We all want babies. All of us want a happy life. But this book is going to take you through an emotional roller coaster that you're just going to look at it and be like, acha niachie hapa, nitaendelea kesho.
When I first wrote something called that I would call a book, I wrote a whole page. I scrapped it off because I thought, why would I want to write such a thing? Then I wrote a whole chapter, but I still scrapped it off because I was like, who is going to read this thing? But the moment I put that on social media, I got people reading it. And then I was like, maybe I should try the next one. So I tried, I wrote that, and then I went to Debbie. She already had a platform, so I requested for her platform. And to date, I owe her this, because if she never gave me the platform, then I wouldn't be standing here and saying I have written something that is actually printed. I am so privileged to introduce the people who have stood by me. I have my dad here. I have my family here, my 2 children. I'm not sure where you are. Please just say hi, it's important. They are my Vikings. When you read the book, you'll find them there. I have my husband, and I must say, those 3 are the people who have tolerated my undesirable sleeping habits to support my writing. I don't take that for granted. I appreciate the 3 of you so much. I give God the glory every time family is mentioned, because family is the first person to get to you. But I don't fail to also thank God a million times when I think about friends, because when family is not close, friends are there. If I didn't have close friends, and even those ones who are not very close, I wouldn't be having a whole multitude. But I still thank God, because everything happens for a reason. We were to hold this launch on 2nd. Something happened. I had invited someone and she was like, I won't be available. How can I support? I didn't want any support except her presence. Lynn, thank you very much for being here. We ended up setting a new date. Thank God we had not gone public. But I still appreciate that Lynn created a moment to be here with me today. Thank you so much to everyone who have come from church. Asanteni sana, I don't take this for granted. I know you guys were in church so early, but you still made time to come, even though you people are supposed to be at home doing something else, or crowning the Sabbath. I'm happy that you are crowning the Sabbath with me. May God bless you all. I am going to also tell you that every time that someone has an idea and they want to put it down, say something to them. The only thing that has uplifted me to wherever I am, even though I have not hit the roof, is the fact that someone said a word. I never took that word for granted, and that word is what is making me stand here today and do something I never believed I could do. I never knew that one day I will invite and speak live, even though I have had a dream to do it, but maybe just behind the scenes. So I appreciate everyone who has ever said a word. To me, words are important. It doesn't matter if it's negative or positive. I will still appreciate the word. And the next thing I think about is, what should I do with the negative word? How can I use the negative word to grow myself? Because the moment I grow myself, I am sure I am growing everyone who are close to me, and I am sure the generation, sorry, I'm a Luo.
Don't apologize. We do not apologize. Do not apologize, kindly. Yes, it's okay.
And I am sure the generation is passed on and on. I want to leave a legacy, and this legacy will be a great one. And I hope one day you celebrate me, not just because you want to shout Achieng Opiyo, but you want to say Achieng Opiyo instilled this in me. If I didn't see her standing, I couldn't have stood. The only way you can stand is when you see someone else standing. I have a competitor, and that competitor is myself. If I don't compete against myself, I will never get to where I want to be. And I am telling you, I have places to go. The road is very bumpy, quite bumpy. Sometimes it even gets rainy and muddy, but I never give up. Debbie and I, as she said, we've fallen so many times. But again, I told myself that if I don't get up and dust the dust off my dress, then I will never stand tall. Just like all of you here are my guests today. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. As I conclude, I don't just write. I am on YouTube. My name on YouTube is Achieng Opiyo. I talk about parenting with experience. As I have told you, I have 2 children. So then I have the experience to talk about parenting. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the read. Enjoy the color of the sun. Sometimes search it, find out what the color is, because I am not sure I revealed what the color of the sun is. We still need to search that. Thank you very much.
Like before,